Hey everybody, welcome in to episode 194 of the Raw Prospect Podcast. This is our first ever live stream for a playoff baseball game. Rangers, Astros, ALCS game number 1 in a huge series. Winner of this series goes to the World Series. Emmy and I are going to talk playoff baseball. We're going to talk about the NLDS. We're just going to watch this game, react as it happens. Of course, we've already made it through one inning. We're joining in here a little late, but welcome into episode 194, a watch along for this game number 1, of the ALDS between the Astros and the Rangers. This in-state rivalry is getting going here. In this ALCS, we're going to talk about this series, the rest of this series, what it holds, what the Phillies Diamondback series is all about. Emmy will be joining us shortly, but we're just going to get started here. I'm watching Texas and Houston live from Houston. I'm live from Houston. Verlander deals. That pitch is outside. It's the second inning, 1 out. Evan Carter, the rookie for Texas, is at bat against Justin Verlander. Again, Verlander's been in these big games before. That pitch is outside on the fastball. Evan Carter in this postseason has been a big story for the Rangers, batting .429 throughout the postseason. It's a 2-0 count here, top of the second inning, 1 out. Verlander deals. That pitch is through past Abreu for a base hit as Tucker gets it in left field, but Evan Carter is in for a stand-up double. The Rangers have a runner in scoring position. Another hit for the rookie, Evan Carter, who continues his postseason success at the plate. That ball just got by first baseman Jose Abreu, and good hustle by Evan Carter as Kyle Tucker was a little slow to get to that ball. Pena couldn't quite catch the throw-in by Tucker. But now we have a runner in scoring position, and this is what you have to do to beat the Astros. You got to hit with runners in scoring position. The Rangers are a team that can absolutely bludgeon you. They can put up big numbers in each inning. And I think they're going to need to do that here. Jump on the starting pitcher as that pitch is lined in the center field. Evan Carter's coming around, and he will score. It's 1-0 Texas. Jonah Heim comes through as he drives in Evan Carter for a base hit, and the Rangers have jumped on top of Justin Verlander here in the second inning. They are seeing that fastball, just a fastball left over the middle of the plate, and that's what this Rangers team has done all season long and all postseason long, as they have not lost the game yet. That ball is hit deep to center field, but it won't quite get there. It reaches the warning track, but it is caught, sending Jonah Heim back to first base. Makes for the second out of the inning, but Texas has a 1-0 early lead here in Houston as Jonah Heim drove in Evan Carter for the first run of the game to jump on top of Justin Verlander, which is not an easy thing to do in these postseason games. A big game pitcher, a first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher. The Rangers seem to be seeing that fastball well early on. Their 8 and 9 hitters this postseason are hitting .382 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 11 runs. That's how you get, that's how you put up runs. That ball is driven into left field for a single as the bottom of that lineup continues to hit. And now you have 2 on with 2 out for the Texas Rangers against Verlander, who are already up 1-0. This would be big if they could get another run or 2 in before this half inning is over. This is how you have to beat the Astros. get guys on base, jump on top of their starters, throw off what Dusty Baker wants to do with this pitching staff. Did that ball hit Tavares? No, but it was inside for a ball. Verlander now up to 17 pitches. It's a 1-0 count on Tavares. Texas up 1-0. Verlander deals. That pitch is down and in. It's a 2-0 count. Again, runners on first and second. Texas already has a run in the inning. It's a 2-0 count for Verlander. In the stretch, he deals. That ball is inside. 3-0 count. And we are 1 ball away from the bases being loaded here for Texas, as they will turn over this lineup. Tavares and then Marcus Semien, their leadoff hitter, will come up next. He's on deck. Verlander deals, and that ball is inside. He walks Tavares on 4 straight pitches, and that will bring up Marcus Semien, their leadoff hitter, with the bases loaded against Verlander, as they will have a meeting on the mound. Big at bat here early in the game. Big at bat here early in the game, as Semien will see Verlander for a second time already. Again, this Rangers offense powered by Marcus Semien and Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia, Evan Carter. So many good hitters up and down this lineup. They've been one of the best offenses in baseball all season long. That ball is down. Verlander doesn't really have a good feel for the breaking ball early on in this game. 1-0 on Semien, and a huge at-bat here early in this game against the first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher. That ball misses just below the strike zone, and we are now 2-0 on Marcus Semien with the bases loaded here in the second inning with 2 outs. Huge at-bat right here. Verlander deals. That ball is fouled back. 2-1 now on Semien. Huge at-bat. If Semien could drive in a couple runs here, I mean, going up 3-0 on the Astros early, especially on a guy like Justin Verlander, would be huge for the confidence and the morale of this Rangers team. Verlander deals. That ball is popped up on the left side, and it will fall. Bregman couldn't quite get to it, but it is now 2-2. Big upcoming pitches here for Justin Verlander. See if he can get out of this jam here in the second inning. That was a fastball that Semien had an eye for, but just missed it as he fouled it back. Verlander sets, and he will deal on the 2-2. That pitch is lined foul right at his own bullpen. Pitch number 26 upcoming for Justin Verlander. 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter, Marcus Semien. Rangers with the 1-0 lead off Jonah Heim. RBI single early on in this inning. The pitch, that ball is grounded foul once again. 3 straight balls fouled off by Marcus Semien as he is battling here in a big spot early on in this game 1 of the ALCS between these AOS rivals, if you will. Here's Verlander, the 2-2. Pitch number 27 upcoming. He sets, he deals. That ball is popped up. Shallow center field. Altuve will make the play. And Justin Verlander escapes a huge situation, a huge jam early on. But the Rangers drive in a run to go up 1-0 early on the Houston Astros in Game 1 of the ALCS. Emmy should be joining us shortly. If you're watching live, thank you very much. Leave your comments and questions in the chat, and we will get to those as the game goes on. Again, Rangers, Astros. One team from Texas is guaranteed to go to the World Series. Will it be the Astros once again, or will the Rangers knock off the Astros? We're going to talk about this series more in depth once Emmy joins. We're going to talk about Phillies Diamondbacks, the NLDS, and we're just going to talk playoff baseball in general. And we'll answer your sports questions, so put them in the chat if you have them. Again, big situation there for Marcus Semien. He pops up, shallow infield. Altuve makes the play. Verlander gets out of a jam, a bases-loaded jam early on, but still gives up a run there to Texas. I think Texas feels pretty good with the 1-0 lead, although nothing is safe when you're talking about going up against the Houston Astros in this lineup, in this type of postseason where they have a ton of experience. People here in Houston call it the Astros League Championship Series instead of the American League Championship Series because the Astros have been here now for a 7th consecutive year, and it's basically become the Astros series. Whether they win or lose, it's the Astros League Championship Series. The American League has been the Astros League primarily for the past half decade or so. So can't really blame them for calling it the Astros League Championship Series. I'm not an Astros fan. I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm pretty neutral here. Don't have a dog in the fight. So I'm just watching as a neutral spectator. If you are a fan of one of these teams, let us know in the chat. Give us your thoughts on who's going to win this series, who's going to win the NLDS, who's going to win the World Series. If you are a baseball fan, give us your other sports questions as well. This is a live stream primarily for baseball, but we can't answer your football questions, your NBA questions, whatever it may be. We will get to those if you have them. Montgomery sets against Jose Abreu to begin the bottom of the second. That pitch is in for a strike. Abreu hitting .313 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs with a 1.228 OPS in the postseason. He was huge in the divisional series against the Twins. Abreu lines that foul. Again, he was huge in that series against the Twins. I believe he hit 2 or 3 home runs. He was one of the Astros' best hitters in that series. He struggled a bit along the course of the regular season, but he is a former MVP. So here we go. In 35 games since coming off the IL, he has 11 home runs. So he's been a big part of the Astros down the stretch as he hits in the 4-hole, the cleanup spot for Houston. Down 1-2 in the count here. Bottom of the second inning, nobody out. Texas up 1-0 in Game 1 of the ALCS. Montgomery deals. That pitch is outside. Two and two. Montgomery with the facial hair, something he was not able to have with his former team, the New York Yankees. That ball is fouled back by Abreu. 2-2 count. as the Astros try to get something going and punch back against the Rangers. I think a key for Rangers pitching in this series is you don't want to give the Astros any free passes. You don't want to walk anybody. You want to limit the amount of walks that you allow for the Astros. It's now 3-2 for Montgomery. He has postseason experience, again, going back to his days with the Yankees. He's pitched against the Astros countless times. That ball is lined into left field, and that is down for a base hit for Jose Abreu, who picks up where he left off from the division series against the Twins, and he gets on to lead off the inning. Just good hitting there by Abreu. Fastball over the middle of the plate, lines it into left field. Evan Carter gets the ball in, but Abreu is on to lead off the bottom of the second. Montgomery sets for his 18th pitch of the ball game to Kyle Tucker. That ball is grounded. What a play by Semien. He throws to second to get one out. They couldn't turn the double play, but a great play in the gap by second baseman Marcus Semien, who got the ball to Corey Seager to ensure they got at least one out. But Tucker will end up at first as they could not turn the double play. Good defense there by Marcus Semien. And good concentration and catch by Corey Seager. Chas McCormick now steps up. He fouls that back. 0-1 the count. Kyle Tucker now on first base. Houston trails 1-0 here against Texas. Bottom of the second inning, game 1 of the ALCS. McCormick hitting .364 in the postseason. Montgomery deals. That ball is fouled away. 0-2 on McCormick. Montgomery sets. He deals the 0-2 pitch. That ball is driven into center field, but it will make for an out. Now 2 outs here for Montgomery in the bottom of the second. Kyle Tucker on first base, and that will bring up, let's see, who does that bring up here for the Astros? Dubon, Mauricio Dubon in the 7-hole for Houston. That ball is fouled back. 93 top of the zone by Montgomery. Now upcoming his 23rd pitch of the game. Dubon is hitting .400 this postseason. Kyle Tucker is the runner on first base. Dubon lines that into right, but the catch is made at the warning track, and Montgomery gets out of the second unscathed with a fairly efficient pitch count here as the Rangers, lead the Astros 1-0 after 2 innings. We are now at a commercial break. The Rangers lead the Astros. Game 1 of the ALCS. This is a live stream. My co-host, Emmy Nixon, should be joining us here shortly within the next 10 minutes or so. We'll be live for the majority of this ball game, depending on how it plays out. here on a Sunday night, October 15th. I'm live from Houston. This game is happening just about 15 minutes, a 15-minute drive here from my apartment. Episode 194 of the Raw Prospect Podcast. We'll also be talking about the NLDS. We'll give you our predictions for the rest of this series. And we're just going to chop it up about postseason baseball, along with maybe some other topics if they come into the chat. If you have any questions for us, whether that be about life, football, basketball, baseball, this series, the NLDS, anything related to sports, you can leave those in the live chat. We'll happily answer those or read your comments live here on the stream. My co-host, Nixon, should be joining us shortly as we are just getting underway here in Game 1 of the ALDS. We are through 2 innings. And the Rangers have a 1-0 lead. Jordan Montgomery looks good. He looks comfortable. Justin Verlander gives up the early run, but he gets out a bases-loaded jam, top of the second. His pitch count is up a little bit, but we'll see if he can have an efficient 3rd inning. We'll see when Emmy is able to join. Thank you guys for tuning in. Give us some questions. What are your questions here? As we're now in a commercial break, it's hard to keep the conversation going in a commercial break. This is my first time live streaming a game, so forgive me. And also, I'm coming off a sinus infection, so if I sound a little bit awkward, that might be why. Corey Seager steps up to the plate. In 26 plate appearances this postseason, he's been really, really good for the Rangers in the 2-hole. Verlander deals. That pitch is fouled to the left side. Bregman is over there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Quick out there for Verlander, much needed. 1 out into the top of the 3rd. This top of the lineup for the Texas Rangers is extremely dangerous. That ball was fouled off the toe of the bat. Bregman was able to make the play in foul territory. That brings up Mitch Garver. That pitch is in top of the strike zone for Verlander for a strike to go 0-1 in this count. Verlander sets for his 31st pitch of game number 1. That ball is high for a ball. We are now 1-1. Garver hitting .364 with a home run and 7 RBIs in the postseason in the 3-hole for the Rangers. Verlander deals. That ball is down and away. Count now 2-1. 1 out here, top of the 3rd inning. Verlander has thrown breaking balls on 23 of his 32 pitches. That ball is lined into center field for an easy out. The play made by their center fielder, Mauricio Dubon, for the 2nd out of the inning. Again, Rangers still lead 1-0. Game 1 of the ALCS between these in-state foes. The winner goes to the World Series. We will have a Texas team go to the World Series, guaranteed. Verlander now deals to Garcia. That pitch is lined into deep right field, but just foul. Garcia knows he had one there, but it was lined just foul. Upcoming the 35th pitch for Justin Verlander. Fastball, middle of the plate. Garcia had it, but lined it just foul. 0-1 pitch. That ball is fouled back by Garcia. Garcia hitting 280 with 2 homers in this postseason. He is 0 for 1 in this ballgame with a ground out to second in his first at bat. Verlander deals. That pitch is outside. Good discipline by Garcia to get this to 1-2. Verlander trying to get out of this inning. 3 up, 3 down. He deals. That pitch is down and away, excuse me. Evens up the count at 2-2. Pitch number 38 upcoming for Justin Verlander. Garcia 0 for 1. But again, he's hitting 280 with 2 homers in this postseason. We know the power he has exhibited throughout his young career. That pitch is up. It's popped up. Middle of the infield. Abreu is in to make the catch. And Verlander goes a much-needed 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third. The Astros will come up to bat, trailing 1-0. Emmy is having a little bit of a difficulty here. He had a situation arise, but he should be joining us fairly soon as this game progresses. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really, really appreciate that. If you have questions, leave them in the live chat, please. If you have comments, you want to voice your opinion, leave those in the live chat. We love some fan interaction. Rangers lead 1-0 over the Astros again. I am a neutral spectator here. I am living in Houston, but I'm not an Astros fan. I'm not a Rangers fan. Neutral spectator. We're watching this game live. Big series between the Astros and the Rangers. We also have Phillies Diamondbacks here in the championship series round. Should be an interesting series with that young D-backs team and the Phillies, who just seem like a team of destiny after, what they did last year and then what they've done so far this postseason with that lineup playing in front of that fan base at the bank is just unbelievable. They have an animalistic-like crowd. It's an environment that just pops off your screen if you've watched any of the games that they've played at home. Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto, Kyle Schwarber, Bryson Stott. The list goes on for that Phillies lineup. You have Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler along with Ranger Suarez in that rotation. That Phillies team is scary, and their bullpen has been really, really good as of late. We'll talk more about that series later. On the other side, you have Zach Gallen. That Diamondbacks team, they're young, but they kind of play an old school style of baseball. They've got speed on the bases, very good base running team. They can hit the ball line to line. They can hit for some power. I don't think they've lost a game this postseason. They're feeling very, very confident as they just swept the Dodgers out of the playoffs. Dodgers were an 100-win team, and they were a team that absolutely owned the Diamondbacks, at least over the course of the regular season, for the past however many years. And that Diamondbacks team, they look pretty dangerous as well. So once Emmy gets on here, we'll dive a little deeper into that series as Jeremy Pena steps up to the plate. Pitch number 25 for Montgomery in a 1-0 count here in the bottom of the third. That ball is fouled back by Jeremy Pena, who was the ALCS and World Series MVP last year. He has a knack for these big moments. The young shortstop for the Houston Astros, the replacement for Carlos Correa. Pena fouls that into the right field seats. Now a 1-2 count. Pena in the 8 hole, batting .267 this postseason. Dusty Baker looks on. World Series champions in 2017 and 2022 for the Houston Astros. They're trying to get there once again and win back-to-back titles. Montgomery deals that ball is down and in for a ball to even up the count 2-2 here on the 8-hitter, Jeremy Pena. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Rangers lead 1-0. Montgomery, the lefty, sets and deals his 28th pitch. That ball is grounded to Seager, who throws out Pena for the first out of the inning. You look at the Astros and their dominance since 2017. 7 straight LCS appearances. That's the 2nd longest streak all time. They have 7 straight postseason appearances. They have 4 ALCS pennants, AL pennants in 6 seasons. I mean, they've been the team to beat the past half decade in baseball. Martin Maldonado, the catcher, steps to the plate against Montgomery, who's been very, very efficient here and economical his first time through the order. Getting soft contact, which is what he's been as a pitcher throughout his career, going back to his days with the Cardinals and the Yankees. He's been in these big moments before. He's pitched against the Astros many, many times. He's not scared of this situation. He will set and deal here against the catcher, Martin Maldonado. That ball is down and in. Now a 1-1 count on Martin Maldonado. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Astros trail 1-0. Game 1 ALCS. Montgomery deals his 31st pitch. That ball, fastball, in for a strike. 93 miles per hour. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is down and out of the zone to even the count at 2-2. We'll see if Montgomery can retire the 9-hitter here, Martin Maldonado, the Houston Astros long-tenured catcher. That breaking ball misses down in the strike zone. Now a 3-2 count as Maldonado has worked the count full. See if he could possibly get on base with the lineup turning over here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Or will Montgomery find a way to get him out? Montgomery sets. Montgomery will deal. That pitch is down, and Maldonado works the walk. As Montgomery walks the 9-hitter, that will send Jose Altuve to the plate and turn this lineup over. Good discipline there by Maldonado, the 9-hitter, the catcher for the Astros, as he finds a way to get on base. All the Astros really need him to do in that situation. That brings the crowd to its feet as Jose Altuve steps to the plate. That pitch is perfectly located on the outside edge of the strike zone for a strike on Altuve. Altuve's 0 for 1. He had a fly out first at bat of the game. but we know what Altuve has been as a hitter in the postseason. One of the greatest postseason hitters of all time. Has a knack for these big moments. He's 1-1 count on Altuve. Montgomery deals his 37th pitch of the ball game. That ball is fouled off by Altuve. Now a 1-2 count. Looks like they might have hit either Altuve or Heim, the catcher. But seems like both players are fine. Bottom of the third, 1-2 count, 1 out. Maldonado on first with the Astros trailing 1-0. Game 1 ALCS. Montgomery sets, he deals. That pitch is high. It's driven into shallow center field. Catch is made by Simeon, the second baseman, for the second out of the inning. Good pitch sequence there by Montgomery, who continues to pitch well here early on in this game. Now going through his second time through the order. He will now deal to Bregman, Alex Bregman. That first pitch, fastball up in the zone, is high. 1-0 count on Alex Bregman. Jordan Montgomery, his last 20 starts, including the postseason, he's 8-4 with a 2.74 ERA and a 1.12 whip. That's really, really fucking good. Really good pitcher. Always has been. The lefty. Pitching game 1 for the Texas Rangers against the Houston Astros here at Minute Maid. Two-0 count, though, on Bregman. Montgomery deals, perfectly located on the inside edge of the strike zone. That fastball coming in at 94 miles per hour. In for a strike on Bregman, tied him up on the inside. Now 2-1 is the count as Montgomery sets and deals his 42nd pitch of the ball game. That is swung on and miss by Bregman. Now 2-2. Let's see if Montgomery can get out of the inning without any further trouble and or damage. Not that there really is trouble with the catcher on first base, but you never know with this Astros ball club. Any of these guys could hurt you at any moment. Montgomery sets, he deals. That is inside, just inside on the fastball at 95 miles per hour for a full count on Bregman. Good eye there by Bregman. Big pitch here for Montgomery. He sets, he deals. The pitch. That is lined into left field by Bregman. And it is in for a base hit. Now we have 2 on with 2 outs with the man, Yordan Alvarez, stepping to the plate. The Astros have a couple on here. Runner in scoring position for, I believe, the first time in this game. We'll see what Yordan Alvarez is able to do with it, if anything, as we know how good this guy is. He's one of the best players in baseball. I think someday he's going to win an MVP, if not multiple. He's just that good of a hitter. Beautiful left-handed swing. Has unbelievably ridiculous numbers in this postseason and throughout his postseason career. As he steps to the plate with 2 on for the Astros, with 2 out, trailing 1-0 to the Texas Rangers, bottom of the third inning here, and another big spot early on in this game. Yordan Alvarez, number 44 for the Astros. Montgomery struck him out in his first at bat. That pitch is down and in, 1-0. Montgomery sets, and he will deal his 46th pitch of the ball game. That is swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 count. Good fastball away by Montgomery. Gets the swing and miss on Alvarez. Good pitch location there by Jordan Montgomery, because if you leave that over the middle, he likely takes that yard. That pitch is fouled back. Now a 1-2 count. Let's see if Montgomery can escape a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the third inning and keep this at a 1-0 ball game. Montgomery at 47 pitches. He's kind of had to work this inning, as you had the walk by Maldonado and the base hit by Bregman. That pitch is high. A 2-2 count on Alvarez. With 2 on, 2 out. Astros trailing the Rangers 1-0. Game 1 of the ALCS. That pitch is inside. It's now a 3-2 count on Alvarez, with the potential for a bases loaded situation if Montgomery cannot find the strike zone on this pitch. He deals. That ball is fouled off by Alvarez for the 50th pitch of the ball game for Jordan Montgomery. Montgomery sets and deals. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. And for the second time this game, Montgomery uses the breaking ball to strike out Yordan Alvarez in a huge spot to keep the Rangers lead at 1-0. Big time pitch from Jordan Montgomery as we head to the fourth inning. Let's check on Emmy's situation. Oh boy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Never done this before. Live stream for a playoff baseball game. We should have Emmy joining eventually to talk some more playoff baseball and to watch the rest of this game. Boy, this is a task. Live streaming a sporting event by yourself on a live stream. But I'm doing my best. Now at a commercial break again. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, leave that in the chat. We will happily engage all of it here in the Raw Prospect Podcast YouTube channel. Again, you can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, on YouTube as well. We have a bunch of content. Every week we do our Raw rundown for the NFL. We occasionally do power rankings every other week. We have other content as well, NBA, NFL, MLB, anything that you really want, we have you covered here on the Raw Prospect Podcast YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe if you choose to like our content. And if you don't, that's okay. Please like and subscribe if you do so choose. At a commercial break, we are a third of the way through this game one of the ALCS between the Astros and the Rangers. Rangers leading 1-0 in this pitching matchup between Jordan Montgomery and Justin Verlander. Astros, the defending World Series champions last year, as they downed the Phillies in 6 games. We have a potential for a rematch of that World Series if the Astros and the Phillies can advance from their respective championship series. Evan Carter, who has a base hit already in this game, that ball is lined hard to Altuve, but he makes the play and throws out Carter to get the first out of the inning. Quick out by Justin Verlander. First out of the 4th. It's Tom Verducci. I believe that's Tom Verducci. Will interview Dusty Baker, who has 54 career postseason wins, 4th most all time in baseball. I believe this is Jonah Heim who steps to the plate. He had the only RBI of this ball game so far as he drove in Evan Carter. That's a 4-seam fastball that's fouled back for a strike. Verlander will set and deal his 42nd pitch upcoming. That ball is inside. 4-seam fastball. Heim batting .273 with 3 RBIs in this postseason. One of those coming early in this game as he drove in Evan Carter. That's a 4-seam fastball up in the zone for a ball as Verlander falls behind 2-1 in this count. 1 out, top of the 4th, Astros trailing 1-0. Heim is 1 for 1. Verlander coming up his 44th pitch. He deals. The 4-seam fastball is fouled to the left side. Bregman is over there. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. Look at these two managers. Bruce Bochy with 49 postseason wins and 3 World Series titles. Dusty Baker with 54 postseason wins and 1 World Series title. Unbelievable. What a manager matchup here between Bruce Bochy and Dusty Baker. 2 guys who have been there, done that. Verlander deals. The curveball is down and in for a ball. Facing now Josh Lowe, who is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Top of the 4th, 2 outs. Verlander coming up on his 46th pitch. He deals. That is fouled to the left side. Bregman will try to make the play, but it is in to the dugout. 1-1 count now on Josh Lowe. Is it Nate Lowe or Josh Lowe? I get confused. Anyway. Verlander deals. Swing and a miss. Good slider there. Swing and miss stuff there by Verlander. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Verlander tries to get through the 4th. 3 up, 3 down. Fastball is up in the zone, 94 miles per hour. It's fouled away by Nate Lowe. Okay, my apologies. The first baseman for the Texas Rangers. The slider is lined into left field. The play is made, though, at the warning track. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Justin Verlander. He is through 4, allowing only 1 run. Astros still trail 1-0. We will head to the bottom of the 4th of this ball game. Barb says hi. In case he rejoins. We had Barb say hi. So Barb, if you rejoin, sorry I missed you. We have your comment up in the chat. Barb says hello. We are in between innings. Sorry I missed you, Barb. Looks like Barb Friedman, who did leave, but he did say hi. Thank you for the chat. We'll leave it up until for a couple more minutes in case he rejoins and he sees that we acknowledge his live chat, because we do appreciate it. As we are almost an hour into our live stream between the Rangers and the Astros, game 1 of the ALCS. Thank you to everyone who's been in and out of the live stream watching. We very much appreciate that. Hopefully my co-host Emmy Nixon can make it on at some point. He's dealing with a family situation, but we're hoping he can join eventually. Let's see where that stands. Just checked in with Emmy. We'll see where that is. It's October 15th, Sunday, October 15th. Game 1 of the ALCS. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Again, if you're a fan of one of these teams, let us know. If you have thoughts, opinions, predictions, let us know that as well. Questions about other sports, you can definitely ask those in the live chat. Abreu comes to the plate for his second at bat to lead off the 4th against Montgomery. That pitch is in for a strike. Abreu is 1 for 1 in this game with a single to left field. Big player of the Divisional series for the Astros. That curveball misses outside for Montgomery, who has really good breaking stuff. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Another curveball in there at 79 miles per hour. Montgomery has 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, has allowed 2 hits, but no runs. It has been pretty efficient here as he begins his 4th inning of work against Jose Abreu. 1-2 count. That pitch is swung on and missed. High fastball. Great pitch sequence there by Montgomery. He went with 2 straight curveballs and then a high fastball, which is perfectly located. Abreu couldn't quite catch up to it. And that's Montgomery's first out of the 4th. As the Rangers hold a 1-0 lead here against the Houston Astros, game 1 of the ALCS. That brings Kyle Tucker to the plate. Montgomery's fastball in on the outside edge for a strike. That was actually a sinker. Very good movement on that pitch. 0-1 on Tucker. That sinker just misses for a ball. I thought that was a strike, but the ump did not give it to him. The Astros have 177 extra base hits against left-handed pitching this year. They've been one of the best teams in baseball facing left-handed pitching all season long. But Montgomery has done a good job so far here. Now, going through his second time through the order, using that curveball and working in the fastball where needed. That pitch is popped up into shallow center field. That play is made for the second out of the inning. And Montgomery continues his efficient approach, his efficient economic-like start here in a big game. Game 1 of the ALCS. Game 2 will be tomorrow around 3:30. And that will be followed up by Game 1 of the NLCS between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. That brings the 6-hitter, Chas McCormick, to the plate. He's 0-for-1 tonight. That curveball misses on the outside by Montgomery. McCormick had a fly out in the second inning. He's batting .333 this postseason. Montgomery has reached the 60-pitch count. His 61st pitch is lined into center field for a base hit as he gets on with 2 outs. Another single for Chas McCormick in this postseason, which I believe will bring Dubon to the plate with a runner on base here in the 4th inning for the Astros. Nice piece of hitting there by Chas McCormick. Montgomery at 61 pitches. The center fielder, Dubon, steps to the plate. Montgomery deals. That ball is lined for a base hit, forcing fastball. And now we have 2 on all of a sudden with 2 out for the Astros, with the young shortstop, Jeremy Pena, stepping to the plate. Can the Astros get a big hit? Again, with an opportunity with runners in scoring position. I believe this is their second opportunity of this ball game. Consecutive singles by McCormick and Dubon set up Jeremy Pena with 2 on, 2 out against Montgomery. The changeup is down and in. 1-0 on Pena in another big at-bat of this game. Pena had a knack for the big moments last year. That's why he won ALCS and World Series MVP in his rookie season. That ball is lined into left field for a base hit. They will hold the runner at third. 3 straight singles for the Astros. And now they have the bases loaded all of a sudden against Jordan Montgomery with 2 outs. And that will bring the pitching coach for a meeting at the mound. Montgomery now at 64 pitches. He's been good all game long, but now finds himself in another jam. This is what the Astros do. No lead is safe. They continue to battle. They hit line to line. They can hit for power. They're clutch. Up and down the lineup, anybody can hurt you. From Pena to McCormick to Alvarez to Bregman to Altuve to Dubon to even Maldonado. I mean, to Abreu. It's unreal, the lineup they have. That'll bring the catcher, Martin Maldonado, with the orange hair for this ALCS, up to the plate with the bases loaded as we approach the hour mark here on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. Barb says hi. We acknowledge him if he is watching. Big at bat here. Maldonado steps to the plate. Montgomery will deal after the meeting at the mound. That ball is fouled away. The sinker 0-1 on Maldonado. See if the Astros can come up here in a big spot early on in this game. That ball is high. The four-seam fastball misses high. 1-1 now on the catcher for Houston. Looks like Andrew Heaney is warming in the bullpen for the Rangers. Starting to get warm. Montgomery has been good so far. That pitch is fouled back, but he's trying to escape a bases-loaded situation. 3 straight singles have put him in this jam. Single by McCormick, a single by Dubon, and a single by Pena. As the bases loaded with 2 outs. And that's been a hallmark of this Houston Astros ball club in their postseason run over the last half-decade plus is timely hitting, 2-out hitting. That's where they've been so damn good over the years. Montgomery sets. He deals a huge pitch. Swung on and missed. High fastball. And he gets out of the jam unscathed. Great, perfectly located pitch by Montgomery to get the swing and miss on Maldonado and escape the jam. Rangers hold a 1-0 lead after 4 innings, which will bring Verlander back out to the mound to start the 5th, as he's been economical the past couple of innings as well. Again, hopefully Emmy should be able to join us here very soon, dealing with a family situation, but hopefully he'll be able to make it to this live stream to talk some more baseball. Again, the chat is open. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Go check out some of our other content. We will have many more live streams to come throughout the week. And if you like our content, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. If you don't, but you know someone else who might, spread the word. We would appreciate that as well. You see Mattress Mac on the commercial for, I believe, Tempur-Pedic or Gallery Furniture. That's what it is. Live on a Sunday night, Game 1 ALCS playoff baseball. At its best, 2 division foes going at it, in-state foes going at it, ALCS, winner goes to the World Series. We're through 4 innings. The Rangers lead 1-0 on Jonah Heim's RBI single. He drove in Evan Carter earlier on in this ball game. And Montgomery has held strong here through his first 4 innings of work, even though he has found himself in a couple jams. Verlander deals to Josh Young, who's been a key part of this Rangers lineup in offense throughout the course of this season. Verlander's pitch misses away the four-seam fastball. 1-1 count to start off the 5th inning. as he faces the 8th hitter for the Texas Rangers. Verlander's been efficient the past couple innings. Forcing fastball fouled back there by Josh Jung. Since he was reacquired by the Astros at the trade deadline, he's 8-2 with a 3.09 ERA for Verlander. Forcing fastball misses up and away to even the count at 2-2. Verlander at 53 pitches here to lead off the 5th. The 2-2. That pitch is fouled into the right field seats, down the first base line, and we'll do it again. That pitch is fouled back. The slider at 87 miles per hour. 55 pitches now for Verlander as he works the top of the 5th. 2-2 count on Josh Jung, the 8th hitter of the Texas Rangers and their powerful, high-powered offense. Slider misses down and away to bring the count full 3-2. For Verlander. Just missed off the outside of the plate. Deals the 3-2, and he's punched out. First strikeout of the game for Justin Verlander. He gets the call on the outside corner. And Jung goes down. Good frame there, I guess, from Maldonado. I don't know about that one. If you're a Rangers fan, you probably don't feel too good about that call. First pitch to Leody Taveras, the 9-hitter who had a walk in his first plate appearance. Fouls that pitch back 0-1. High fastball inside. That is fouled back. Now 0-2. Verlander so far 4 1/3. He's given up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and has 1 strikeout. That is the only run of this ballgame as the Rangers lead 1-0. That pitch, the changeup, misses high and away. 1-2 now on Taveras. Had a walk in his first at-bat. Thank you guys for joining. That pitch is fouled off. Taveras battling here. 1-2 count. Top of the 5th inning. We're almost halfway through this ball game. Rangers lead 1-0. Game 1 of the ALCS in Houston. We're hoping to have my co-host of the Raw Prospect Podcast join at some point. That pitch is drilled into right field. The 9-hitter Taveras goes deep for a home run to tack on to the Rangers' lead. Drills that pitch into the right field seats. It's a home run for the 9-hitter Leody Taveras. 2-0 Rangers. 398 feet, 105 mile per hour exit velocity. Big time from the 9-hitter. Right over the middle of the plate. And he takes it and drills it into the right field seats to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead. Big time. That's been the Rangers this season. Power. Score runs. High-powered offense. can put up a crooked number at any moment in time. They are dangerous up and down the lineup. And they don't seem scared of this Astros ball club. The Astros being the more experienced team, but the Rangers don't fear them. That pitch is in on the outside corner, forcing fastball as Semien comes to the plate for his third at-bat of the ball game. Verlander now at 65 pitches, 1-2 on Semien. He sets, he deals. That pitch is fouled back. We'll continue this at-bat. The Rangers tack on another run on Taveras' home run in the fifth, his first career postseason home run for the center fielder of the Texas Rangers. Congrats to him on that accomplishment. Verlander deals. The curveball misses. Evens the count at 2-2. That pitch is drilled, but caught on a diving catch by Dubon for the second out of the inning. Could have been a base hit for Semien, but a great defensive play in center field by Mauricio Dubon to get the second out. That brings Corey Seager to the plate. Against Verlander, trying to get out of this fifth inning without any further damage. Keep this at 2-0. Four-seam fastball is fouled off. Pitch number 70 for Verlander. Oh, 0-2 count on Seager, the shortstop, big money free agent for the Texas Rangers. That pitch is swung on and missed. The curveball. He gets his, I believe, his second strikeout of the ball game, but he does give up the big home run to Taveras, the 9-hitter, to extend the Rangers' lead to 2-0. Halfway through this game one of the ALCS, now at a commercial break. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to check in on my co-host, Emmy Nixon. Thank you guys for joining once again. At a commercial break, Rangers lead 2-0. Montgomery has been good. He's gotten himself into a couple jams the past couple of innings, but has pitched his way out of it. And credit to him. Very good curveball, good changeup. Has worked the fastball in, located that pitch when he's needed it, up in the zone. Doesn't have the greatest velocity in the world, but he locates his pitches. He's pitching comfortably. And he's through 4 innings of work. He's held the Astros scoreless. And he has his team on top 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here once the commercial break ends. Give us your predictions for this series. Who's going to win this series? Do you think the Astros get back to the World Series? Or do you think the Rangers can knock off the Astros and get to their first World Series in a while? Let us know. Altuve steps to the plate against Montgomery to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Pitch number 69 for Montgomery. High sinker. Looked like a high fastball, but he gets the strike. Top of the strike zone. 0-1 out on Altuve. Altuve 0 for 2 in this ballgame. That pitch is driven into left, but the play is made for the first out of the game. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Montgomery at 70 pitches now. Woo. This is hard work, guys. Okay, we continue. Bregman steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. His third at bat against Montgomery. The curveball is down for a ball. He's 1 for 2. He had a single in the 3rd inning. He does have a home run this postseason. The 2-hitter for the Astros, the 3rd baseman. Montgomery sets. He will deal. Four-seam fastball is inside. 2-0 count now on Bregman with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Alex Bregman, 9th all-time in postseason RBIs. Speaks to the caliber of player he is as the long-tenured 3rd baseman for the Houston Astros throughout this so-called dynasty, if you will, for the Astros. That ball is lined to the shortstop on the ground to Seager, who throws out Bregman for the 2nd out of the inning. Montgomery continues to pitch well, working mostly to soft contact, but getting strikeouts when he has to. That brings up Yordan Alvarez, who has struck out twice already against Montgomery. Curveball misses down and away. 1-0 count on Alvarez, the 3-hitter for the Astros, down 2-0, bottom of the 5th. Montgomery is working here. He deals. Sinker down, does not get the call on the bottom of the strike zone. 2-0 count now on Alvarez. That's a strike. Sinker down. Good, perfectly located pitch there by Montgomery. 2-1 now on Alvarez. Dane Dunning is warming in the bullpen for the Rangers. That is swung on and missed. The curveball, which has been really effective against Yordan Alvarez in particular, has gotten some swing and miss on that nasty curveball. Throws it again, and it's swung on and missed. Montgomery's 3rd strikeout of Yordan Alvarez. And he's through 5 scoreless in game 1 of the ALCS with 3 strikeouts of arguably the most dangerous hitter left in this postseason. All those strikeouts, I believe, coming on the breaking ball. I think all of them coming on curveballs. That curveball has been nasty for Jordan Montgomery here so far today. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching the game as well, which I assume you probably are instead of just listening to me, thank you very much. We do appreciate that. We'll see what's going on with Emmy. Trying to get in touch with him, see what's going on. We're 1 hour, 20 minutes in. We started the stream beginning of the second inning. We're now through 5 innings. So we've gone second, third, fourth, fifth. We're through 4 innings here on this live stream. We're through 5 innings of the actual game. It's 2-0 Rangers. Jonah Heim's RBI single. And Leody Taveras, big home run to right field, have put us in this position as they've got 2 runs off Justin Verlander to go up 2-0. They're getting a big-time performance so far from Jordan Montgomery. The question for the Rangers this postseason has been their bullpen. Bullpen has been a question all year. It was considered somewhat of a liability coming into this postseason. That's where I think the Astros really have possibly an advantage in this series. But that bullpen, all the crap it got coming into this postseason, has actually performed very, very well through the wild card and divisional series. Bruce Bochy has done a good job of navigating that. But, I mean, if you're the Rangers, the best thing that can happen to you is your starters give you good length. You get 6 or 7 good innings out of Jordan Montgomery. Tomorrow in game 2, you get 6 or 7 good innings out of Nathan Eovaldi. I mean, you don't have to expose as much of that bullpen, and you can go directly to those high leverage arms, which have been good for you so far this postseason. So I think getting length from the starting pitchers was a key coming in for the Rangers, as I think the Astros have the leg up as when it pertains to starting pitching depth with, Verlander, Framber Valdez, Jose Urquidy. The list goes on and on. They could bring in Hunter Brown as a long relief guy. If you're the Rangers, you have, I think, 2.5 starters. If you can get length from both Montgomery and then Eovaldi tomorrow, not only is that good just for the flow of the ball game, but you don't have to expose as much of a bullpen, which has been good this postseason so far, but sort of a liability for this Rangers ball club throughout the season. Hasn't been their strong suit, I'll put it that way. But with the way that this Rangers team is able to hit and score runs, sometimes it hasn't even mattered. Hasn't even mattered how bad or how shaky that bullpen is. Verlander now working the top of the 6th. He strikes out. Let's see, who is that? Is that Ethan Carter? I believe so. For his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Strikes out the rookie, Evan Carter. Verlander now 5 1/3, 5 hits given up, 2 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Montgomery, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, as he's pitched a scoreless game so far. Verlander now deals to Adolis Garcia, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out in this game. The 1-0. That pitch, the 4-seam fastball, catches the bottom of the zone for a strike for Verlander. Even though he's given up 2 runs, he's setting up to at least get through 6, if not 7, of this ball game. That pitch is popped up right side. Abreu is over to make the play. 2 quick outs for Verlander here in the top of the 6th. As he's trying to keep this game at 2-0. The Rangers having the advantage here in game 1. Verlander at 78 pitches. Carter's at bat, so that must have not been Evan Carter. Evan Carter, a couple at bats ago. Who was that? I'll have to check. 0-1 on Carter, though, who's 1 for 2 in this ball game. That pitch misses. Pitch number 81 now. Verlander second all-time in postseason wins as a starting pitcher, only trailing the great Andy Pettitte. That pitch by Carter is into right, but the play is made just before the warning track. And Verlander goes 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th to keep this at a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Texas Rangers. Approaching 9 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Game 1 of the ALCS. There's also Sunday Night Football going on right now. I'm going to check on that score between the Bills and the Giants. See if that's going the way I think it would go. Oh, no. Giants lead 6-0 approaching halftime in that ball game. Good for the Giants. We are at a commercial break. Rangers trying to steal game 1 of the ALCS up 2-0, going to the bottom of the 6th. But again, no lead is safe for anybody in a playoff game against these Houston Astros who have been there, done that the past 7 years. This has been fun. I'm enjoying this. See if we can get Emmy in here for the latter part of this ball game, so I don't have to do all the talking. But at this point, that might be up in the air. Not quite sure what's going on. We will see what happens with that. Any sports questions? Anybody who's tuned in right now? Baseball questions, football questions, anything. Leave those in the live chat, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability before we get out of here tonight. I did graduate from, I am a proud alum of the University of Texas. So I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan. So hook 'em horns. The first pitch of the ball of the 6th by Montgomery to Abreu is fouled off. Montgomery now in his 6th inning of work. He's on the sinker and the curveball 37 and 35% of the time, respectively. Fastball sitting now at 17%. So So he's been big on the breaking ball so far in this ball game, and it's working as he deals a curveball in there for a strike. 0-2 now on Abreu. Montgomery, 5+ innings of work, 5 hits allowed, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. That pitch is inside on the sinker, 1-2. As Abreu tries to spark something here for the Astros in the bottom of the 6th against Jordan Montgomery. That ball is lined into the left field seats. Foul. 1-2. Montgomery at 83 pitches. Abreu 1 for 2 in this ball game. The base hit to left field earlier on in this ball game. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A 6 strikeout for Montgomery. Another nasty breaking ball, which has been a lethal weapon for him tonight. Boy, 2013 to 2016, the Rangers had the head-to-head on the Astros, 53-23. But since then, since 2017, the Astros, 79 wins to 33 for the Rangers. Just been dominant in that time span. That pitch is lined right back to Montgomery by Tucker for a quick second out. More soft contact induced by Jordan Montgomery. Longtime pitcher with the Yankees, traded to the Cardinals at last year's trade deadline, who was then dealt to the Rangers at this year's trade deadline as the Cardinals fell quickly out of contention. And he's been a big acquisition for the Texas Rangers. That ball is lined to the third baseman, and he will throw out McCormick. A quick 1-2-3-6 inning for Jordan Montgomery, who is through 6 scoreless in Game 1 of the ALCS against a dangerous Houston Astros lineup in Houston. Big-time performance so far from Jordan Montgomery. I believe Game 2 of this series will be tomorrow at, let's see, I'll get you guys the schedule here for the rest of these series. So we're in Game 1. Game 2 of this series will take place tomorrow afternoon. Rangers Astros, 3:37 p.m. First pitch tomorrow on Fox. Rangers Astros game number 2. That, I believe, will be Framber Valdez against Nathan Eovaldi. And then tomorrow night we'll kick off the NLDS Diamondbacks Phillies. That will get underway right after the top of the hour, 7:07 p.m. on TBS. Game 1 in Philadelphia as Zach Wheeler goes up against Zach Gallen. The two Zachs will go head-to-head in Game 1 of the NLCS. Between two wildcard teams in the National League. How good is that for baseball? The big-time teams don't always win. You can have teams like the Diamondbacks and the Rangers come through big in the postseason. It's good parity for baseball. We are through 6 innings. The Rangers lead 2-0. Great pitching from Jordan Montgomery. Got the home run by Tavares. The RBI single by Jonah Heim. Verlander comes to the mound for his 7th inning of work as he's giving the Astros good length, but he has given up 2 earned runs, the only 2 earned runs of this game. Each team has 5 hits, but the Rangers have 2 runs, and that's where this game stands right now. 2-0 Rangers as Jonah Heim, the catcher, steps to the plate for his 3rd at-bat of this ballgame. 1-0 count. Verlander will deal his 83rd pitch. Slider misses down and in. 2-0. Top of the 7th inning. That pitch is high and away. Four-seam fastball misses. It's now 3-0 on Heim to lead off the 7th. The pitch dealt in there for a strike. The four-seam fastball to get the count to 3-1. Low waiting on deck for the Rangers. Heim against Verlander. The pitch fouled back. We now have a full count. 3-2. Verlander trying to keep this ball game where it stands right now at 2-0 to see if his offense can get going. Either tie this ball game up or even take the lead with some big at-bats upcoming in the final 3 innings of this ball game. 3-2 pitch, full count on Heim. He sets, he deals. Fastball is inside, and Heim works to walk to lead off the 7th. Again, the big story of this game is Jordan Montgomery, the starter for the Texas Rangers. 6 innings of work, only 5 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, no earned runs. Big time performance, and he's going to probably come out to pitch the 7th as well, I would assume. As Nate Lowe steps to the plate, he's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts in this game. He's kind of struggled this postseason. One and no count on Verlander or on Lowe. Astros with a meeting at the mound, led by the catcher Martin Maldonado. August 1st, Verlander was dealt back to the Astros after he signed with the New York Mets this offseason for big money. The Mets, of course, fell out of contention, so they traded Verlander back to the Astros. This is the first time this postseason that both starters have pitched 6 or more innings. Getting some good pitching here in Game 1 of the ALCS. Verlander just threw his 90th pitch of the ball game. 1-2 on Nate Lowe, with Heim on first. That ball is high. 2-2. 3-2 now. Verlander against Lowe. Looks like Hector Neris is warming in the bullpen for the Houston Astros. That pitch is fouled away. Four-seam fastball down in the zone, fouled off by Nate Lowe, the 7-hitter for the Rangers. The Rangers trying to tack on some insurance runs, if you will, here in the 7th, as they have a runner on first in Jonah Heim, their catcher. And four-seam fastball in the inside corner for Verlander's fourth strikeout of the ball game to sit down Nate Lowe, 1 out in the 7th. Good location by Verlander, up and in on the fastball, 95 miles per hour. Lowe did not like it, but Verlander gets his fourth strikeout of the game, and that is a nasty slider. First pitch to Josh Young, who's 1 for 2 with a single back in the 2nd inning in this Game 1 of the ALCS. Verlander deals. That pitch misses. Maldonado thought about throwing behind Heim at first, but held up. 1-1 now count on Josh Young. They throw over to first to check on Heim. Heim gets back safely to first. 1-1 count, 1 out, top of the 7th. Verlander in his 7th inning of work as a starter for Game 1 of this ALCS. He does trail 2-0. The curveball misses outside, brings this count to 2-1 on Jung, the 8-hitter for the Texas Rangers. Verlander the pitch, slider swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate to bring this count to 2-2. Verlander trying to keep this game at 2-0 to give his team and this offense of the Astros a chance late in this ballgame, or in the latter portions of this ballgame, if you will. Some of the Astros fans come to their feet trying to will Verlander to get out of this inning unscathed. The slider misses down and away, and that will bring this to a full count as Verlander approaches his 100th pitch of this ball game. Taveras, who hit the home run in his last at bat, waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. The slider gets Jung swinging for his 100th pitch and his 5th strikeout of the game. Big time pitch from Verlander, using the slider to get Josh Young. Now we have Taveras, who hit the 390-foot home run to right in his last at-bat, the 9-hitter for the Texas Rangers. They throw over to first to check on Heim. Verlander at 100 pitches. This is likely, if I had to guess, would be his last inning of this ball game, with Neris already warming in the bullpen. That pitch is lined into center field by Taveras for his 2nd hit of the ball game, and that sets up the Rangers with 2 on and 2 out. Runner on first and second. Heim again in scoring position, and that will flip the lineup to bring Marcus Semien to the plate, and that brings Dusty Baker out to the mound. And I think he will make the call to the bullpen, because that will probably do it for the first out Hall of Famer, Justin Verlander. It will. Baker makes the call to the bullpen. That 6 2/3, 2 earned runs as it stands right now for Verlander with 6 strikeouts. Pitch pretty good, all things considered. Just gave up the 2 runs, unfortunately. His team trails 2-0. I believe it'll be Hector Neris to come in to try to get Marcus Semien. as we have the first pitching move of this ALCS in what is a big spot. I mean, if the Rangers can tack on a run or two here, to in this top of the seventh inning, they probably feel really good about their chances with the way that Montgomery's pitching and the way that the bullpen has found ways to get the job done in the postseason, despite having a 4.77 ERA throughout the regular season, the 24th best in baseball over the course of the regular season for the Rangers bullpen. This is a big spot here upcoming for both these teams in this situation. So we'll see what happens. Commercial break as the pitching change is made. You had Heim with the walk, and then you had Tavares with the single in the center field. 2 on, 2 out, top of the seventh. Baker makes the call to the bullpen here in a big spot in game one. Trying to keep this at 2-0. The Rangers trying to extend their lead. Any runs count. All runs matter against this Houston Astros ball club. All the runs you can have, you want against the Houston Astros. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hector Neris will step to the mound to try to keep this game where it is, as he'll face Marcus Semien. Semien for his 4th at-bat of this ball game. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Neris in the regular season, a 1.71 ERA, a 1.05 whip. It's really good. That pitch is outside, a 1-1 count on Semien. He sets, he deals. Swing and a miss, the four-seam fastball on the outside part of the plate. Good velocity for Neris. Semien has a ground out, a pop out, and a line out. Outs of all varieties for Marcus Semien in game one of the ALCS. Big pitch upcoming. Neris sets, he deals. That ball is popped up. Right field, foul territory, and it's caught by Abreu to get out of the jam. Astros keep it where it is. Another calculated, good pitching move that pays off by Dusty Baker to keep this game at 2-0. And we'll see if the Astros offense can get something going here late in this ball game, as they trail 2-0, trying to avoid going down 1-0 in this series. At this point, I'm not sure if we're going to get Emmy, but we might. We will see. Just checked in on him one last time to see if that thing's going to come to fruition or not. But if not, it's okay. I will take it from here. 2-0 ball game. Rangers over Astros here in game one. Let's see if the Astros lineup can get something going. Montgomery has been great so far. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Perfect I guess, scenario, if you were to draw up a dream scenario for the Rangers, you have a lead. Montgomery is pitching deep into this ball game. He's pitching really, really well, pitching a shutout so far. And you're gonna likely get to go to your elite guys in the bullpen. Leclerc, Chapman, the list goes on and on. A bullpen that was a liability, I guess you could say, coming into the postseason, but they have pitched really, really well here in this postseason. So I think if you're the Rangers right now, even though you still have 9 outs to get, you feel pretty good about where you stand. Verlander's line finishes. Let's see what his official line was for this game. Excuse me. Verlander finishes 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts through 101 pitches. His ERA now for the postseason, a 1.42. Hector Neris got the last out of the 7th. We'll see if he continues in the 8th. 4 pitches, 3 strikes. Right now, according to ESPN win probability, the Rangers have a 76.5% chance of winning this game 1 of the ALCS. Good start for Verlander. Just gave up the 2 earned runs. We'll see if the Astros offense can pick up their Hall of Fame starting pitcher, first ballot Hall of Fame starting pitcher, and get back in this ballgame, tie it up, or take the lead potentially with some big at-bats. But Montgomery has been elite. 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Mauricio Dubon will step to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see how Bruce Bochy and the Rangers choose to manage this bullpen if the Astros do, in fact, get a man or 2 on here in the 7th. Mauricio Dubon, the center fielder, is 1 for 2 with a single back in the 4th. He's hitting .429 this postseason. Curveball misses. 2-0 count here for Montgomery as Aroldis Chapman looks on from the bullpen. Montgomery and Dubon. 3rd pitch of the at-bat. Dubon fouls that deep into left field. Almost had that for a home run. Not quite, though. 2-1 count now on Montgomery. Big inning here for Montgomery. The pitch. That is lined into center field, but it stays up, and Taveras makes the play for the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball by Dubon, but it stayed up, and Taveras made the play for the first out. Montgomery now through 90 pitches, looking to get through 7 scoreless innings of work and a huge start game 1 of the ALCS. Drafted by the Yankees back in 2014, traded to St. Louis last year at the trade deadline, and then traded to the Rangers at this year's trade deadline, as the Rangers did need some starting pitching reinforcements with Max Scherzer going down, and of course, their big-time free agent signing, Jacob deGrom, going down way back in April or May. And he's been big for them, especially in this game. So we will see as we have gone to commercial what happens the rest of this ball game. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're approaching 2 hours of this live stream. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out. Rangers lead 2-0. As Shohei Ohtani appears on your TV screen in this commercial for, I believe, New Balance. Yes. He's a pending free agent. That'll be one of the biggest stories of the baseball offseason when we do get there. Even though he won't be able to pitch next year, supposedly, because of his Tommy John surgery, he still will be able to hit. So we'll see how much money he's able to get in free agency and who is able to sign the big fish in Shohei Ohtani. They pulled Jordan Montgomery. This postseason, 3 starts, 17 1/3 innings, a 2.08 ERA. Really, really good. They go to the bullpen. Josh Boers, who has pitched 2 2/3 scoreless here this postseason, will come on to face Pena. A 1-1 count now. So the breaking ball misses outside. Pena's 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. He's got a 294 average this postseason. The ALCS and World Series MVP of last year. That ball is chopped down the line, foul. A 1-2 count now, as Boers tries to keep Montgomery's line right where it is with a shutout. Here in game 1 of the ALCS, I think Montgomery's line is what it is, since there are no runners left on base when he leaves the game. 6 1/3 shutout innings from Montgomery. The bullpen will try to finish this off. Pena at bat. 1-2 in the count. Pena calls time. Pena fouls that back. 4-seam fastball up in the zone. Aledmys Diaz, the pinch hitter, on deck for the Astros. Following Pena. That pitch misses down, and it's a 2-2 count. We will have a mound visit. Or will we? No, we won't. 2-2 count. Sets, deals. That pitch is just off the end of the bat, into center field. Catch made by Taveras for the second out of the inning. We have the mound visit. Diaz will come up to the plate for his first at bat of this ALCS. As we're just over 2 hours now in this live stream. Thank you to all who have joined and all who have watched. If you enjoy our content, make sure you like and subscribe. Diaz will pinch hit for Maldonado. He lines that to the shortstop, Corey Seager, who throws to first and gets the quick out. And the Rangers, through 7 innings, have pitched a shutout in Houston, and they lead 2-0 going into the last 2 innings of this ball game. I'm going to take a quick break, but I'll be right back. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Excuse me. We are back after a quick break. Top of the 8th now, as Neris will continue pitching for the Astros out of the bullpen. Again, guys, I apologize. Coming off a little bit of a sickness, a sinus infection / cold. And I think all the talking is finally kind of catching up with me. All right. It's a 2-1 count on Corey Seager. Brian Abreu warming in the bullpen, one of the better bullpen arms for the Astros. Excuse me. That doesn't sound good, does it? 3-1 count, Seager to lead off the 8th. Neris deals. That pitch is fouled off down the right field line. Mitch Garver on deck. Let's see if Seager can get on to lead off the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Neris gets him Neris gets him on the breaking ball for the first out. Big first out. As if you're the Astros, you want to keep this game at 2-0 to give your offense a shot. That'll bring up Mitch Garver, who's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Forcing fastball in the outside bottom corner of the strike zone to lead off the at-bat from Hector Neris, who looks really good so far. The righty out of the bullpen for the Astros. Deals the slider, gets the swing and miss from Garver. It's an 0-2 count. Neris trying to hold this game where it is. At the top of the lineup coming to the plate in the bottom of the 8th for the Astros. That pitch is outside on the four-seam fastball, 1-2. That ball is lined. It's gloved by Altuve, who throws out Garver for the second out of the inning. Just by Hector Neris, who tried to catch it, but Altuve got it at second base and threw out Garver for the second out. That brings Garcia to the plate. The Rangers this postseason, they've led for 43 innings. They've only trailed for 1 inning this postseason. That's pretty incredible. Through the wild card series and the division series, up until this point in this game, they have only trailed for 1 inning. And they have not lost a game yet in the postseason. They're facing the Houston Astros. That ball is up and in. Garcia backing off. 1-1 count on Garcia, who's 0 for 3. And if I'm looking that way, it's because my TV is just directly, I guess, in front of the camera. So that pitch is skied. Shallow left. Pena is there to make the play. And Neris is able to hold with a 3-up, 3-down efficient inning out of the bullpen. 1 1/3 innings pitch, scoreless. Keeps this game at 2-0. The top of the lineup will come up for the Astros in the bottom of the 8th. Let's see if the Astros offense can make this interesting and get some runners on base, runners in scoring position to see if they can either tie this game or maybe even take the lead. We will see. Facing this much maligned throughout the regular season, but very good so far in the postseason bullpen of the Texas Rangers. I'm interested to see how Bruce Bochy manages the matchups here with, Altuve, Bregman. You get the 2 righties, then you get the 2 lefties with Alvarez and Tucker. Astros are an extremely balanced lineup. We will see how Bochy chooses to, mix and match the matchups for his bullpen late in this ball game. The Rangers 6 outs away, though, from stealing game 1 of this ALCS and a clean shutout, 2-0, which would be very, very impressive and would make a statement here in game 1. We'll see if they're able to hold the lead. Two hours, 10 minutes in. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Again, questions, comments, thoughts, opinions, football, baseball, basketball is just around the corner. College football, anything you guys want to talk about, put that in the chat. I welcome the engagement because I'm just kind of just talking to you for most of this. Again, earlier, Barb said hi. We didn't get to his chat in time, but we're leaving it up in case he rejoins to acknowledge that he said hi. We greatly appreciate that. Another Progressive commercial on your TV screen, much to your surprise. We are back here on the Fox broadcast. Game 1 of the ALCS between these in-state foes, AL West foes, the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. That pitch by Boers, not quite sure how to pronounce his name. Altuve, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 3 so far in this ball game. Aroldis Chapman, who has a history with the Astros, is warming in the bullpen. Interestingly enough, a 1-1 count on Altuve. So you got to get through Altuve, you got to get through Bregman, you got to get through Alvarez, you got to get through Tucker. That pitch misses up. 2-1 is the count now for Boers. Eight home runs in postseason game ones, the most all time for Jose Altuve. Pretty incredible what he's accomplished so far in his career as the second baseman for the Houston Astros. 3-1 count now on Altuve. Big pitch coming. That pitch misses down and a leadoff walk for Altuve. The tying run now coming to the plate. And we will see how Bruce Bochy chooses to go about navigating these last 6 outs of the ball game. That could have been called a strike. But Boers does not get the call. And Altuve is now on first with Bregman coming to the plate. They will make a move to the bullpen as we will have a quick break on the broadcast. Leadoff walk there for Altuve. The Astros aren't going to go down easily, as we know. It's not going to be easy. It never is against this Astros ball club. Should be an interesting finish to game 1 of the ALCS between these two very good ball clubs. 9:43 p.m. Central Time here live from Houston, Texas. 2 hours and 15 minutes just about here in this live stream. We've been watching this game 1 of the ALCS. I've been giving you my reactions and my analysis for this game 1. Talked a little bit about the NLDS as well. I think the Diamondbacks will give the Phillies a little bit of a test. I think they'll take them to 6, but I have the Phillies winning that series. I like their pitching. I think they have 3 really, really solid starters with Wheeler, Nola, and Ranger Suarez, who has proven to be a guy in the postseason the past couple of years for the Phillies. I like the way their bullpen has gone about things in this postseason, and their lineup matches. And playing in front of that crowd, I just think the Phillies will find a way to get it done in 6. I mean, Harper, love watching that guy. JT Real Muto, the all-star catcher. Bryson Stott. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner. The list really goes on for the Philadelphia Phillies. A powerful, high-octane offense, hit for power, get guys on base. I think the Diamondbacks will give them a test, but I have the Phillies finding a way to win that series in 6. Aroldis Chapman, interestingly enough, enters this game 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning, Astros trail 2-0. That pitch misses down on the fastball at 98. We know Chapman has velocity. He always has. Question is, does he have his command? That's always been his big issue. We know he has nasty stuff, but he's not always able to harness it, which leads to free passes and getting himself in trouble. That pitch, the slider at 85, catches the strike zone on the outside edge for a strike against Bregman. Chapman has pitched here many times before in the ALCS with the Yankees, and those appearances have not turned out very well for Chapman nor the Yankees, as we know. But we'll see if he's able to kind of set some of those demons to rest here with this appearance. Nobody out again, but 2-1 count. He'll check on Altuve at first. Altuve back in safe. And you wonder what happens if the Astros are able to get a couple more guys on or even drive in a run here. Bregman, a 2-1 count. That pitch into left field. And the catch is made right at the warning track by the wall out in left. Boy, that was a close call. Bregman almost got a hold of that to tie this ball game. Altuve gets safely back to first. Boy, oh boy, that was a close call. He almost had that. So close, just falls short at the wall in almost the deepest part of the ballpark. Catch is made by Evan Carter in left. Leaping grab. Altuve sprints back to first. Woo! That almost tied this ball game. Chapman gets away with one right there. This is getting good. This is playoff baseball. Astros fans thought there for a second or two this might be a tie ball game. Another key home run off Chapman, but just falls short at the warning track, just short of the left center field wall here at Minute Maid Park. Boy, oh boy, that was almost huge for Houston. But they still have a chance. Or chances, plural. 1 out, Altuve still on first. And they have Yordan Alvarez coming to the plate. He did go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against Montgomery, who had the recipe to get him out. But now he will face Chapman, who's a different pitcher. So maybe we'll see if Alvarez can clip him. Oh, no. What's the call here? It looks like Altuve is called out as he did not tag. Yeah, he's called out on the replay review. That's huge. Boy, oh boy, that's a mistake by Jose Altuve. So you actually get 2 outs A free out if you're Chapman. Bregman barely misses the home run, but Altuve with the base running mistake. And they're now 2 outs, nobody on 100 at the bottom of the zone for Chapman against Alvarez. Boy, that's a big mistake by Altuve. So you no longer have the tying run at the plate. Chapman deals 99 down and away on the fastball, misses for a ball, 1-1 count on the oh-so-dangerous Yordan Alvarez, even though he's 0 for 3 tonight. '87-mile-per-hour slider is inside on Alvarez. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Chapman is in the game after Altuve got the leadoff walk. Bregman almost tied this game, and Altuve made the mistake of not tagging as that ball is grounded for the 3rd out, and Chapman does his job. And the Astros go down 1-2-3 after all. And the Rangers still lead 2-0 going to the 9th. Boy, oh boy. Can the Rangers complete the shutout in Game 1 of this ALCS and go up 1-0 on the big-time Houston Astros? Montgomery was outstanding tonight. His final line, I'll get that for you. 6 1/3, 5 hits allowed, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. He threw 90 pitches. He's got a 2.08 postseason ERA. Now 3 starts this postseason. Big time trade acquisition by the Texas Rangers, who were in need of starting pitching as they suffered some unfortunate injuries. And he's been fantastic since he was brought over from the St. Louis Cardinals. Chapman pitches an inning. He gets the 3 outs in the 8th. Boers gets 2/3 of an inning after Montgomery was pulled. He gives up the 1 walk, but he gets 2 outs, and Chapman covers his ass, getting through the 8th scoreless. Seager has a hit. Carter has a hit. Heim has an RBI single. And then Josh Young, the 8-hitter, has a hit. And Tavares has been big at the 9 spot. He had a homer in the 5th and a single to center. In the 7th, he is 2 for 2. He had a walk back in his first at-bat. So he's 2 for 2 so far. So not the explosion of offense you can see out of this Rangers offense, but they've done enough so far. And they have the advantage 2-0 over the Astros in Game 1. As we head to the last inning of the game, the 9th inning. We'll see who the Astros choose to pitch. Bills are up 7-6 over the Giants. Kind of closer game than I expected, certainly. They're in Buffalo. But give credit to the Giants. They're battling. Okay, Carter, the 5-hitter, is at the plate against Brian Abreu, who's been disgusting all season long. One of the great high-leverage arms in this Astros bullpen, trying to keep this at a 2-0 ball game for the bottom of the 9th, where the Astros will have the 4, 5, and 6 due up, which I believe are Abreu. Who are 4, 5, and 6 for the Astros? Abreu, McCormick, forgetting somebody. Let's see. No, I think it's Tucker Abreu. Let me see. Abreu, Tucker, McCormick. That's what it is. Abreu, Tucker, McCormick due up in the bottom of the ninth. Abreu gets the first out at the top of the ninth. That ball is grounded up the middle. Pena is there. The throw to first. Another quick out. Jonah Heim grounds out. Abreu has 2 quick outs. Oh, excuse me. Talking for 2.5 hours straight isn't easy, especially when you're coming off a sinus infection. Leclerc is warming for the Rangers in the bullpen. That is 99 at the bottom of the zone. The 4-seam fastball from Abreu. Now 6 pitches in this inning, 2 quick outs. Nate Lowe at bat. He has 2 flyouts and a strikeout tonight. That ball is fouled off by Lowe. 0-2 count. Abreu searching for a quick inning, trying to get his offense back to the plate to try to tie this game or win this game in the ninth. Or can the Rangers complete the shutout or get the last 3 outs and take a 1-0 lead in this series? That's 99 up. Misses the strike zone. 1-2 now on Lowe. That is strike 3. He did go around, says the third base ump. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 2-0 Rangers. They'll bring in their closer, Leclerc, to face Abreu, Tucker, and McCormick, leading 2-0, trying to complete this shutout and win game 1 of the ALCS. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. Game 1 of the ALCS. Hopefully we'll do this again for another game, either down the road in this championship series or in the World Series for sure, when we can get Emmy live to join us as well. There'll be a lot more energy in this live stream with my co-host, who had to deal with a family situation tonight and unfortunately was planning to join us, but some things came up and he doesn't look like he's going to make it. I'm going to take a quick break before the bottom of the ninth inning. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Thank you to those of you who are still tuned in as we approach 10 o'clock Central, It's the bottom of the ninth, Game 1, ALCS. Rangers leading 2-0. Their pitching has been absolutely outstanding here tonight. That's gotten into this spot. And Jose Leclerc, who has one save so far this postseason, will try to close this game out. At a 2.68 ERA, a 1.14 whip, 57 innings pitched in the regular season. He'll face Jose Abreu to lead off the bottom of the ninth. That slider misses down bottom of the strike zone as Abreu tries to spark something for the Astros here with their last chance at this thing. That pitch is down 2-0. He's missed with 2 straight breaking balls. The Astros get a man on. They will have the tying run at the plate. That is swung on and missed. 98-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside edge of the strike zone. Beautiful pitch by Leclerc. Nasty. Abreu couldn't catch up to it. Now a 2-1 count. High leverage situation here. The pitch, down and away. 3-1 count. If Abreu can get on, again, the tying run will come to the plate with Kyle Tucker, the lefty, who is 0 for 3 tonight, but he is dangerous. He has the power and the ability to tie this game up. That pitch is lined into center, and Taveras is there at the warning track to make the catch. As Abreu was swinging, he drives it into the center field, but the Rangers get the first out. So instead of Abreu on, Tucker up, it's 1 out, and Tucker comes to the plate, trailing by 2. The Rangers 2 outs away now from winning Game 1 and potentially pitching a shutout. That's a beautiful fastball on the outside bottom corner of the strike zone. First pitch to Tucker is a strike. Tucker 0 for 3 tonight, but we know he has the pop. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-2 now on Tucker. Yeah, he went around. Good call by the ump at third. Leclerc deals. That's high and up. 1-2 now on Tucker. The Astros down to their last chance. Last couple of chances here. That is up. 2-2 now. Good velocity on his fastball for Leclerc. 98-99 is what we're seeing. If he's able to locate it, he is gross. Righty deals. Tucker. Soft contact on the infield. Simeon makes the play. Throws Tucker out at first, and the Rangers are 1 out away from winning Game 1 of the ALCS. Beautifully played by Simeon. Soft contact on the infield. Gets the out. Chas McCormick is the Astros' last hope, potentially. That's in for a strike. The cutter. McCormick is 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th inning. Michael Brantley waits on deck if McCormick were to get on. Brantley would be the tying run. Leclerc deals. That ball is down. 1-1 now on McCormick. That pitch is inside. Almost hit McCormick. 2-1 now. Baker looks on. His Astros are down to their last out of this ball game. Down 2 games. 2 runs to nothing. That pitch is way inside. Did that hit McCormick? I am unsure. I guess not, but it was damn close. 2 straight wild pitches inside. McCormick able to get out of the way, barely. 3-1 count now. Let's see if McCormick could get on here. Swing and a miss on a nasty fastball on the inside portion of the plate. And now, for the Astros, you're down to your last strike. Can Leclerc finish this? The pitch. He deals. Swung on and missed. The Rangers win game 1 of the ALCS over the Houston Astros 2-0. In an incredible shutout, incredible pitching performance. The RBI single by Jonah Heim. The home run and the hitting of their 9-hitter, Tavares. And their pitching from Montgomery, the starter, who was fantastic, to Boers, to Chapman, to Leclerc. They beat the Astros game 1 of this ALCS in a best-of-7 series in the MLB postseason. The winner of game 1 wins 64% of their respective series. Game 2 will be tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. Back in Houston, the Astros will try to even this series as they go to Arlington for games 3, 4, and 5, I believe. But that's a big win for Bruce Bochy and the Texas Rangers. Just a clean, perfect baseball game for the most part for the Texas Rangers. Both starting pitchers were good. Jordan Montgomery was just better. And this Rangers pitching staff, you have to give them a lot of credit. They steal game 1 of the ALCS, which is, very, very hard to do against this Houston Astros ball club. This series is far, far from over. The Astros won't go down easy, but that's a huge, huge win for the Texas Rangers. Boy, oh boy, it can't be understated. Wow. Evan Carter, the youngest player in MLB history with 5 extra base hits in his first 6 career postseason games. That is a stat. And again, on that Bregman almost home run, he made the leaping catch to save potentially a 2nd and 3rd nobody out situation if he doesn't make that catch, or even an RBI there for Bregman on a double. And Altuve makes a base running mistake. They escape that inning. And Leclerc was nasty in the 9th, going 1, 2, 3 through the 4, 5, and 6 hitters of the Astros. We'll see if the Astros can rebound tomorrow in game 2. You don't want to go down 2-0 if you're the Astros. But this Rangers ball club, still undefeated, I believe, this postseason. Unbelievable. They come into Houston. They win game 1 on the back of a fantastic start by Jordan Montgomery. Leclerc with the save. Verlander with the loss, but he pitched well. We'll see what happens in game 2. Game 2 is Valdez against Eovaldi. Eovaldi's been a dog in the postseason. But he has some really bad splits against Alvarez, who had a bad night. Credit to the Rangers pitching staff. We'll see what the Astros and their veteran Latin ball club does in game number 2. We also have the NLDS starting tomorrow night. That should be interesting. Again, my prediction is the Phillies in 6. I gave analysis for that earlier in this live stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I have work tomorrow. It's 10:09. I need to get to bed here in the next 30 to 40 minutes to get enough sleep. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you like our content, you can follow us on Twitter at Raw Prospect Pod. That's where you can also find all of our live streams. Emmy and I will be live again tomorrow for sure. with our Raw Rundown, which is our recap of the NFL every single week on Sunday or Monday nights. We'll also have some upcoming NBA content along with more baseball content as well. We also do a separate podcast on this channel called Deep in the Heart of Longhorn Sports, as we're both Texas Longhorn fans. So if you're into college sports, college football, we do that 2-3 times a week as well. We're just putting out all the content we can. If you like it, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. There's no shortage of content, though. Sports content at that here on the Raw Prospect Podcast YouTube channel. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts for the most part. Find us on YouTube, pretty much any social media, Instagram, Twitter. I believe you can find us on Twitch if you're into that. So we're trying to grow here. If you like and subscribe, we greatly appreciate that. If you don't like our content, but you know of people who might, then spread the word. We greatly appreciate that as well. I'm going to sign off, though. 2 hours, 45 minutes is enough for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you got something out of it. The Rangers win game 1, 2-0 of the ALCS. Very good postseason baseball. Good for the Texas Rangers, who are still undefeated. But we're going to sign off. For Michael Wein, co-host of the Raw Prospect Podcast, for this Monday evening, Sunday, October 15th, signing off at 10:12 p.m. after Game 1 of the ALCS, live from Houston, Texas. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow night for a Raw Rundown and possibly more content. Peace out, y'all. Have a great night.